Texas Business Radio, the voice
of Texas business.
Welcome back to the show, Texas Business Radio. TexasBusinessRadio.com is the website. Phone number 844-814-8144 is our 24-hour call line. Go ahead and get your questions in. We're going to get the experts in here to get those questions answered. I'm your host, Matt Register. Jay Curry's the one sitting over there in a co-host chair. With the hurricanes and everything happening in Houston, the floods, there's been a lot of cleanup. One of the interesting companies out of that, and we have them here in the studio, is the dumpster business. Dumpster business has had pretty much a boom since then because of all the cleanup activities that have had to happen in the Houston area. We have Ivan Martinez, who is the owner of Been There, Dump That in Houston. Ivan, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So talk to me a little bit about the dumpster business. What do you do?
Well, we rent residential-friendly dumpsters, which basically means that our dumpsters are more compact, and they range from like a 4-yard dumpster up to a 20-yard dumpster.
Okay.
And, we deliver them on the back of a 550 round truck, so we're able to fit in some tighter spaces and some areas that the larger dumpsters can't get into.
Well, but this isn't like if you need a dumpster to be dumped once a week in perpetuity. This is if you have a project, you need to remodel your kitchen, you're ripping out your kitchen, you need to have a dumpster for a few days and then make it go away. You guys are the ones that do that.
Exactly. So our primary customers are people who are maybe moving, or they just want to clean out their garage and have a bunch of junk, and they'd like to just get rid of it in one effort,
Sure.
And without having to go to the landfill themselves. Or, remodelers, people who's going to remodel their kitchen.
Oh, yeah, remodel.
Or, so I'll do some of that. Or I work with a lot of people who do remodeling of kitchens and bathrooms and so forth.
Well, and in recent months has been people who had to rip out their entire downstairs of their house, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's people who need to tear out drywall, a lot of drywall, carpet, flooring.
Sure.
And so we'll park generally a 15 or 20-yard dumpster in their driveway. They have back doors on them so they can open up for easy access.
Okay.
And, we also protect the driveway. So when we drop it down, it literally doesn't touch your driveway. We put it on top of boards that we've developed to protect your driveway.
Well, coming in a smaller vehicle, being smaller sized dumpsters, you can get into places that other people can't. Is that accurate?
We definitely can, yeah. Obviously we can fit in the driveway, perfectly fit in the driveway. If you have a 2-car driveway, we basically take up one side of it. You can still get a car in and out. And, in some cases, we've actually been able to put them inside a garage. That's a tight fit, but we can do that. We're able to get into places that the bigger trucks can't get in. Now,
this is a franchise out of Canada, from what I understand. Talk to me a little bit about that process. Where all have they do they have?
Well, they've I think they started in 2001 in Canada, and then they've expanded to the United States. They're all over Canada. Right now, I don't know how many franchises they have in the United States, but they have quite a few. We cover Texas very well. We're in El Paso, San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Houston. They have very, very good coverage right now.
So if you are listening to this show, there is a Been There, Dump That franchise in your area to do this. Is this seasonal? What does the market look like for this? Because I'm not even sure I even knew this was really even a thing, right? But until we started talking during the break, right?
Well, it's somewhat seasonal. Obviously, in the summertime, you have a lot more people moving.
Sure.
They decide they're going to maybe clean out the garage in the summertime, or they want to do that do-it-yourself project. So they'll give us a call, and people are finding out about us. I mean, there's really no one that really handles these size dumpsters.
Sure.
So little by little, people are learning about us and they're calling us. I mean, I get a call frequently saying, we didn't know you guys existed. I wish I would have known about you guys in the past.
Sure.
But in the November, December, January, it stayed pretty steady. It just varies, different people call us for different reasons.
It's always a challenge, and we talk to business owners of all stripes here on this show, right? And anytime you're faced with some rapid growth, it's always a challenge, right? To get your systems in place, right. To get your capital, make sure you're not outrunning your cash, and make right. sure. And all of a sudden you had something thrust on you. You had the floods in Houston. You had things thrust on you to where you had to grow rapidly immediately, right? How did you manage to be able to control that growth to where that growth wasn't harmful for you, because you didn't ask. This wasn't, you deciding I'm going to go grow my company. It was just all of a sudden demand is out there beyond what you can handle, right?
Yeah, it was exciting, but at the same time we were like, oh, okay, here it comes. That first day after the flood.
Yes, sir.
I mean, the phones were like lit up.
Sure.
And lucky we did have enough. We did have quite a few bins, and I had a few more coming in, and I was able to pick up a few more out of another location that had excess bins. So I was able to get those in pretty quick. But it was tough. It was tough. We were able to help everybody that called in.
Sure.
They may have had to wait a little bit longer, but so we made a list of everybody who called in. We called everybody back. That's one thing we tried to do very hard, was call everybody back, let them know we got their message and
Sure.
what the situation was, and we basically had a waiting list for people who wanted dumpsters.
So this is a situation where you're really not there for the long term. You don't go to like a new home being built and let it sit there for 9 months while they're building it. You want this to get in, get filled, and get dumped. Is that different after a hurricane, or?
Well, no, it's pretty much that's our model.
Okay.
Between 7 and 14 days, we'll deliver it. The customer will fill it up. Once it's filled up, they call us. We pick it up and dispose of it.
So because they're smaller, they're going to get filled quicker.
In most cases, yes.
And you're going to dump it and maybe bring it back.
And in some cases, we'll bring it back. We call it a swap. We'll swap it out for them. Or we just pick it up and take it away and dispose of it.
Well, give me an idea of size, right? I'm not a dumpster guy, but your smallest is what, 4 yards?
4 yards.
What do I fit in a 4-yard dumpster? I mean, give me a relative size
you
here.
could. We primarily use our 4-yard dumpsters. Like if you had some concrete in the backyard, like 4x4 slab you wanted to bust up,
Okay.
or some dirt in the backyard you wanted to get rid of. So we'll primarily use a 4s for that, because we can carry more weight in those.
Okay.
Because I can't fill a 10-yard with concrete.
Yeah.
You
wouldn't
or
be able to pick it up.
you're going to wait out.
I can't pick it up. So that we do have our limits when it comes to that. So we'll use a 4 or 6 yard for concrete or dirt or gravel or something really heavy. The 6 yards are actually pretty popular, because if you're tearing out a bathroom or a small bathroom,
Okay.
you can pretty much fit in a 6 yard. Definitely a 10 yard. For example, if you get to clean out a garage, the 10, 15 yards is generally the best size.
Okay.
You can fit pretty much all your stuff in there. If you have bulky stuff like couches, things like that, chairs and
Kitchen cabinets.
I generally recommend a 20.
Yeah.
Because it's just
That could be
it's just bulkier. And then of course it all depends on how you break it down too when you put it in the dumpster.
Well, this is interesting because, I mean, you, as just somebody, as a homeowner, right? If you need a dumpster, you call some of the big commercial guys. They're not excited about this at all, right? That's not
and
what they do.
they're very large and they're bulky and they're sitting there on your, this is convenient.
That's right. They want long-term contracts.
Yeah.
They want to, this is specifically designed for the homeowners that are trying to tear out a bathroom or do something, as a one-time deal. Interesting stuff. Ivan Martinez, owner-operator of Been There, Dump That, which is a residential dumpster service in Houston, all over Texas. Really, what's the easiest way, Ivan, for somebody to get in touch should they want to learn more about what it is you do?
Go to houston.beentheredumpthatUSA.com.
Tell you what, we're going to have that linked right from TexasBusinessRadio.com. We're going to have links to all of our guests, but we will have it linked right there. Ivan, thanks for joining us, sir. This has been interesting.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
All right. We unfortunately are at a break. We got to go to pay some of our own bills. We're going to be back right on the other side of the break with a whole lot more Texas Business Radio. Don't go anywhere.
There's much more where that came from
at TexasBusinessRadio.com.
There's never been a better time than now for you to focus on your customer, connecting with them in a whole new way, while running your business from your phone, giving them personalized one-to-one journeys, and being smarter and more predictive about every decision you make. The Salesforce Advantage turns your company into a customer company during this new age of the customer. Salesforce has always been dedicated to customer success, and it's more important than ever for you to be successful at bringing your customers happiness, to inspire innovation and help them grow their business. This customer success platform is about going beyond just managing customer relationships, but engaging customers through a complete CRM of sales, service, marketing, communities, analytics, apps, and the Internet of Things. It's the most trusted cloud platform with the highest level of security that meets requirements for the world's most regulated industries. Each company runs on a shared, multi-tenant infrastructure that automatically delivers new releases and seamless upgrades. The metadata-driven architecture makes every app extensible, scalable, and customizable to the unique needs of each and every user. This Lightning platform that lets anyone build apps, from admins creating apps with clicks to developers building apps with code, and even an entire open ecosystem of passionate community members, trailblazers, app exchange partners, and trusted advisors dedicated to you and your customer. This is the Salesforce Advantage.